Be honest. How many things have you started and never finished? That project, that habit, that skill, that business idea? That this time I'll finally get my life together moment. You always start strong. You always start excited. But somewhere along the way, you tell yourself, this isn't good enough. People won't like it. Let me fix this one thing first. And suddenly, it's been 3 weeks and you haven't touched it again. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Perfection is just procrastination with a prettier name. You're not avoiding the work. You're avoiding being judged for it. Today, we're breaking down why you never finish anything based on real psychology and the brutal research of Thomas Curran. If you've ever felt stuck, this video will feel like reading your own mind. Here's something that hits deep. Psychologists found that perfectionists aren't people who love perfect things. They're people who fear being exposed. Perfectionism isn't ambition, it's armor. Thomas Curran explains this brutally. Perfectionism isn't about being your best. It's about avoiding being seen at your worst. It's fear dressed up as high standards. You don't refine your work because you're chasing excellence. You refine it because you're terrified of someone saying, this isn't good. Perfection is your brain's way of procrastinating your fear. There are 3 types of perfectionism. Self-oriented. I must be flawless. Other-oriented. Everyone around me must be flawless. And socially prescribed. If I'm not perfect, people will reject me. This third one is the killer. You don't fail to finish because you're lazy. You fail because your brain whispers, not good enough yet. Fix it again. If I post this, they'll judge me. So you escape the only way you know how. You put it aside. You delay it. You take a break. And your dream quietly dies in the name of perfection. Here's the plot twist nobody told you. Perfectionists aren't overachievers. They're over-avoiders. You don't keep fixing your work because you care. You keep fixing it because finishing it forces you to face something scarier. What happens after it's done? Because once you finish, people can judge it. People can criticize it. People can ignore it. People can compare it. Or worst of all, it might succeed and now you have expectations to meet. So your brain finds the safest escape. Just one more tweak. It's almost there. Fix this tiny thing. Not because the project needs more time, but because the fear needs more time. You're not avoiding finishing. You're avoiding the moment the world finally sees who you are. Perfectionism isn't about being flawless. It's about staying safe. You don't avoid the task. You avoid what finishing exposes. Here's the part nobody talks about. Most perfectionists learned early that their value depended on performance. Maybe you heard, do better. Why isn't this perfect? Don't embarrass me. Get first place. So now as an adult, every small task feels like a test. Every idea feels like a risk. Every project feels like a trap. Perfectionism isn't about standards. It's about fear of disappointing someone you had no choice but to impress. Here's how to break free. 1. Set good enough as the finish line. Not perfect, not flawless, just done. 2. Limit yourself to one final revision. More edits equal more anxiety. 3. Time your work. Set a 45-minute timer. When it ends, the project ends. 4. Celebrate finishing, not perfecting. Your brain must learn that completion equals success, not polishing until death. You don't need a masterpiece, you need motion. You don't need perfect results, you need a finished life. Perfection feels safe, but it's a beautiful prison. Your work doesn't need to be flawless, it just needs to exist. Because the projects you never finish can never change your life. If this video felt personal, it's because you've been living inside the perfection trap for years. Let today be the day you escape. Comment one thing you abandoned because it was not perfect. Let's break the cycle together.